Hey now, hey now, hey now.
Hey
Habs
now.
fans, welcome to a brand new episode of the Curfew Boys. Simply put, we are calling this one David Reinbacher. That's right. We are all the way in for Team Reinbacher. Hashtag Team Reinbacher.
Ooh,
We
that.
are 100% all in on this kid, especially after.
Listen, we have no choice.
We do have no choice. That's
No
true.
choice.
But before we get there, thank you all for tuning in to a brand new episode of the Curfew Boys. Please like and subscribe to our YouTube channel. It's the best way to show us the love. It's free. That's the best thing of all, probably. Tell your friends about us. If you've seen us, heard us before, and you really like what you see in here, tell your friends about us. Like and subscribe. You can hear all of our episodes on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google Podcasts. We are on Instagram. We are on Facebook. We're on TikTok. And that's that. David Reinbacher, folks. Have we all had time to digest the pick now? Yeah. Especially to those who decide to send out fucking hate mail and death threats and all that
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
bullshit. Okay. I'm going to go on a rant here because that's usually what I do. And it's time to lose my shit on a small percentage of this so-called fan base. So, yeah.
Go for it.
I'm going to start with that. No. To these lifeless cunts out there. Excuse my language. But yeah, I'm going to warn everybody here. If you have any children in the room, just put them away for just give me 2 minutes. That's all I ask. I ask just 2 minutes of your time because I have to go on a very yes to you people. That's right. To you people who decided to send who grew some balls because you felt tough hiding behind your phone or your laptop, your computer, whatever. You felt like you could muster the courage to send an 18-year-old kid death threats and hate mail and all that shit just because a hockey team picked him. You know what? I'm going to say this. If something were to happen to you and you weren't here anymore, I think life would be better without you. I'm going to go ahead and set that. I don't care. I don't give a shit. Fuck y'all. Go away. Just go away. I don't care how you go away. Just go away. We don't fucking need you in this fan base. You're probably not even fans. You're probably just what we call trolls now. I think because you have no purpose in life. You're a sad excuse to live in human beings. You're probably not even a human being. I don't know whatever the fuck you are. Go away. Disappear if you disappear in dust like Thanos in the Avengers. That would be great for the rest of us. Just go away. Just float away. We don't fucking need you. We really don't. Now, the part of me wonders how true is it? Like, I don't know if the media if they
that's a good point. I was going to bring that up.
I'm curious. Look, I'm willing to look at the other side of the coin here and ask questions. Did the media really stretch it too much, like they tend to do?
Yeah.
You know what? It is possible. I'm not totally closed-minded on that, but you know what? I know there's some members of this fan base that will go to those lengths to say fucking hateful things to a player. To those, fuck you, go away, fuck off. Just go in a hole and stay there forever.
Yeah, there's no place.
We don't need you. There is no place for that. There really isn't. But did you see the two girls that gave him a little textbook with all the nice
book, with all the comments and everything.
To me, that's beautiful. And at least one of those, I think both of those girls actually follow us on Twitter.
Cool.
And I think they're followers of the Curfew Boys.
All it takes.
Good on them. Those are two beautiful human beings, and the world needs people like that. And Chantal Machabée, to recognize them, to actually have Reinbacher spend the time with those two, like that, it's very touching. The world needs more of those two ladies out there.
I agree.
So that's why hashtag Team Reinbacher, man. Just after hearing the news of the little hate mail that he got, like it really made me feel like, you know what, fuck it, I'm going all in on this kid. Let's go. Like I really, like he said, I'm gonna prove him wrong. Fucking right, man.
Did you see his reaction though? Like of a mature young kid. Like most kids would be phased at that age, man. Dude, if I used to be, man, I remember being in college. I couldn't take people fucking making fun of me or whatever.
Oh, dude, I still can't.
Imagine at the scale of David Reinbacher. He just drafted 5th overall for the Montreal Canadiens. Now he has something to prove. And to me, he looked as if he had that like fucking attitude. Let's go to work. I'm going to prove you guys wrong. It's going to take some time. I'm going to go back to Switzerland, whatever. I'm going to go back to home. I have things to learn, but I'm going to come back.
It's the first thing he said, though, right? When he,
I think so, yeah.
Like the first thing he said to Marty is like, "Let's get to work."
Yeah,
like that.
Yeah. So he's ready to do it. So like, what? And you see how nice he skated. Dude, you saw him skate today, right? Did you see?
I will get to that later.
He's a good skater. He's a good skater for his size.
He's a good skater
for his size. Skating.
Yeah. He's definitely gonna need. I mean, let's be honest.
He needs to adjust to the small ice, in my opinion.
Well, that's definitely one of the big things, you know, but. It's because we all know it's different. How different is it skating in Europe?
Yeah, but he has the attributes to learn, though. He has that. I'm telling you, it's gonna be like the Caden Gooley type skating. I'm telling you.
Oh, you think so?
I think so. It's gonna have that fucking that flair that's gonna be well needed to cover. It was a nice Lane Hudson.
The picture, the picture of Reinbacher with Caden Gooley was actually
and they're similar size too. Eh? They're 6'2", more or less the same weight.
Yeah, they're the same built, and it's okay. Let's talk about the draft, though. Still, not to this day. At that time, I wanted Mitchkov. There's no denying that, and we all wanted Mitchkov. There's no denying that.
He doesn't want to be here, though. Like,
but that's the thing.
I don't know. I don't think he's able to fit into Nick Suzuki's team. I don't think he wanted to do that.
That's a good point.
I don't think he wanted to do that. He wanted to be the star. He's going to be the star in Philly if he comes over. So he's not going to get that here. He's going to be a piece of the puzzle, whereas Philly is going to be a big piece of the puzzle. That's what I think.
That's an interesting point,
and it makes sense. It definitely fits that Russian archetype of like attention hungry player. You know, they're all about that, like Ovechkin was.
Yeah,
and it took him how many years to say, okay, I need a team around me to win a cup.
Well, that's the thing. Like, it took Washington many years to win a cup. It took Tampa Bay many years to win a cup. It took Colorado many years to win a cup. But I'm gonna get to patience later. But I truly think the more we hear about, you know, Philly meeting Mitchkov 2 weeks earlier in secret, you know, he goes and say to Arizona, I'm not going to play for you.
Yeah, you see. Yeah. And they couldn't really scout him that well too, right? So it's really tough decision.
Nobody was able to, but in all honesty, this is Joey's been preaching this for so long now, and rightfully so. You do have to pick the best player, but in this draft, in almost every round, the Canadians drafted a need. And the problem they did. Let's be honest, they did. We don't have anybody on the right side of defense except for Logan Mailloux. We have nobody else.
Right.
We have nobody else. So they 1,000% addressed the need.
Wow.
Now, the problem with Habs fans with that is that we have Jesperi Kotkaniemi post-traumatic stress syndrome with that. And that's why everybody's freaking out.
Yeah.
And at that time, when Jesperi Kotkaniemi got drafted,
I'm not sure this organization now would have drafted him.
Who? Jesperi Kotkaniemi?
I don't think we would have drafted him yet.
Probably not. But
with this current management, I mean.
But my point is, at the time, it's so funny how a lot of fans were like, "Oh, we should have drafted Brady. We should have drafted Brady Tkachuk." It's like, yeah,
probably would have.
Do fans remember that they all wanted Philip Zadina?
Zadina too, yeah, and he just got bought out.
He's on waivers.
He's on waivers.
Yeah.
Like, Habs fans wanted Philip Zadina at that draft,
dude,
and they didn't get him. Look at him now.
Everyone back in the day, Neil Yakupov, everyone was saying trade up for him, trade your fucking assets, get him. Yeah, and where is he? So
this
guy is generational talent, this and that. Yeah, well, there you go. So, it's tough, man.
So, Chris, I think when we did the live episode, you were a little bit more on the downside of the draft.
He likes that explosive type of player, which I get. We haven't had that in 20 years, so I get the frustration.
We all love flashy things.
Yeah,
we haven't had a flashy player in Montreal since Kovalev. Maybe PK was electrifying.
How unbalanced was the team with Kovalev?
Oh, in 2008,
he had one good year. That one maybe.
Yeah,
more or less.
A year that a lot of people thought they were going to go far in the playoffs.
I think it's going to be a different type of flashy what's going to happen in the future with the Montreal Canadiens. They may not have that star player, but they're going to just have a fucking balanced team where they're going to know how to play and know how to win as the unit. That's going to destroy having a Mitchkov just score 60 goals and we're still 9th place. You know,
maybe
Connor McDavid.
You know,
go Chris.
I don't know, man. Yeah, go Chris.
I think just a few days to digest everything was very helpful. Listening to various professionals who've spent their lives in the game and giving their feedback has put a lot into perspective. And I guess that's why we're fans and we're not professionals. But I mean, the more that we listen to, the more that we learn, the more I'd like to say we have some insight to it all. But again, just to reiterate that statement, on the spot, I think we were all down because, again, I think the one thing that stands out right away for us all is we've had a defensive style game. We haven't put up a lot of points. Like it or not, you watch the Edmonton Oilers, whether they win or they lose, it's very entertaining. And my disappointment comes in the entertainment factor. Winning is a lot more fun than scoring a lot of goals. Yeah. I'll give you that. So if the Montreal Canadiens down the line are winning, by all means, I think we're going to be very, very happy. Yeah. But it's just the style of play that the Montreal Canadiens have had for what feels like 20 years, or what feels like our.
I want to add to one of your comments, Chris. You had said that they were building the team based on like how Team Italy did it back in the early 2000s, but they won though. The Italian team won.
They did.
They ended up winning. Yeah. That's what I wanted to add. But they won, so whatever. It works. That's the model. Do it. Fuck.
So, I mean, I want to go back, and I think I speak on behalf of all of us. If you look at our faces, we were down. We were a little bit surprised. We were shocked, but I think very much so that all things considered, we're not disappointed by this player. I think, again, I'll reiterate, we're disappointed at maybe that offensive flair, that X factor to go score goals and make magical plays. You know, we missed out on a great opportunity to get that. Yeah. That being said, one of the things are individuals that I listened to that really solidified my comfort, so to say, or my satisfaction with this pick was Guy Boucher. Guy Boucher coached in the Swiss League.
So
that's number one.
Yeah.
Now, one of the first statements that the guy said was the Swiss League is better than the AHL. And he's had experience multiple years coaching at both levels.
Yeah. So that's right. The Swiss team is mental. It's a good league, man.
That said, if the Swiss league is better than the AHL, and you look at Reinbacher, who was dominant as a 17-year-old within that league, is a very, very good sign of what's to come. The other element that comes out of this is whether we want to talk about need or not. The Montreal Canadiens are. They're not lacking shorter wingers. We're not in that sense. I guess what let that frustration or let that disappointment go is if you look at Mitchkov, he's only a 5'10" guy. He's not a very big winger. What's he gonna do mentally to have him come in when you have Caulfield? Is that gonna influence all sorts of the chemistry and the dynamic of the team? That point started to go oh shit, we already kind of have, we don't have a player as good as Mitchkov, not nearly as good on the potential side, but it could really come in and he could really come in and screw shit up. So in that sense, I guess the last point that was brought to the attention too is centers, and then especially right-handed defensemen. You think about how many good right-handed defensemen are in the league. Who are the best defensemen? If I were to ask the question, I'm sure Hedman,
absolutely.
Yossi,
Makar.
Are you talking about left-handed or right-handed?
Well, I'm just saying, who other than like Makar? Okay, he's
Makar.
right-handed, but
Mental.
at this point in the league, how rare or how many of the best defensemen are right-handed?
Oh my God!
It's
At one point
truly
in the mid 2000s, listen. If I give you names like Eric Carlson, Drew Doughty, Brent Burns, oh my God,
Pietrangelo.
well, yeah,
Eric Carlson was left.
Pietrangelo came in later, but listen, yeah, Alex Pietrangelo. And I'm glad you mentioned his name because I'm gonna talk. Oh my God, who else? Jesus, Shea Weber. Oh my God, yeah. Shea Weber,
but
PK Subban.
But all that to say,
yeah.
how many are there now? You think about the best defensemen in the league. There is a shortage of top end right-handed defensemen, and for the Canadians to go ahead and draft, the best defenseman in the draft, a guy who's performed in a league that's better in the AHL as a kid, not an adult, not an 18-year-old adult. For him to like all those things put into perspective, this guy has the possibility, like Zook has said before we even had the draft, like this guy has the potential to be a stud. And is it going to be super entertaining? No, it might not be as entertaining, but winning is going to be fun as shit, and he's going to be a key part of it.
Apparently, he has really a high compete level, so like he's really good at
1,000%.
effort, stick, all that. So he might be exciting. He might be more exciting than me.
Alex Pietrangelo. Do you see him as an exciting defenseman?
Solid as fuck.
Reliable, important,
solid
as fuck.
Perfect, solid as fuck, like you said.
Yeah,
absolutely. And I think that's the problem with a lot of people at first with the pick. It's because he's the best defenseman in the draft, but he's not flashy. He has no flair in his game. And it's like, but he doesn't need that. Like,
it's okay. He has Lane Hudson.
I can't wait to talk about that later.
Fuck.
Dude, Victor Hedman is nothing flashy.
You're right.
My God, he's the best.
Was Markov flashy?
Markov was never flashy.
But he was tactical. He was tactical. He was like
he had brilliant tactical moments for sure. Shea Weber, he's the least flashiest defenseman ever. Probably the most respected defenseman. Like at one point within the decade.
Thousands,
Drew Doughty had some flair moments, but like, you're probably there thinking Roman Josi, who's his favorite player, by the way. David Reinbacher's idol is Roman Josi.
Yeah.
So, you know what? Because we're all here saying, he's gonna be the next Moritz Seider. You know what? More and more I think about it, it's okay. Moritz Seider is a bit of a stretch. You know, Moritz Seider, he's if you were to take Cale Makar, flashiness, and Victor Hedman, like solid style defenseman, boom, you get Moritz Seider. David Reinbacher is not going to
Germany though, eh? Like that area, I'm telling you, man, they're brewing something. Fuck,
they're brewing talent, absolutely.
So, but that's another thing to be excited about.
The thing that kind of came to my attention is, as you said, like as a 17-year-old or an 18-year-old, that he had more points per game than Roman Josi did. At .56 in 18
Josi
games.
Was what? He was like 12th overall.
Oh no! Roman Josi was he was not a first round pick.
Not even.
I'll go double check that. But I mean, like, I'll go double check. And
no, he was second round.
Yes, exactly.
Fuck! Wow.
So the point. Oh my God. Exactly, and he's up for defenseman of the year almost every year. A second round
96 points last year. Like, come on,
dude, he's amazing. Like, so the point in all is just like, we don't know. Like, nobody knows shit. Like, the scouts go based on potential.
No.
And he fits the character that Kent Hughes wants. He's gonna fit the culture that Kent Hughes and Marty wants. Like, this is a good pick, folks. Some are like saying, yeah, but it's too safe. It's too safe for me. If Joey joins us later, he's gonna say that. But look, first of all, it is what it is. There ain't much we can do about it. We have to accept it and move on with it, or you stew in your anger. And
for me, it's more what I don't understand about the draft, or out of what everything happened in the draft, was the Habs drafting 3 goalies.
Yeah,
That's the only thing I don't get why. Okay, they're
however,
good. They're great goalies. They're not bad, these prospects. But 3...
Jacob Fowler?
Yeah, he's wicked.
Jacob Fowler, man.
What a character. See the character of that kid, though? Like, wow.
Unbelievable.
It fits exactly what it's like.
Let me ask you guys this.
Let me say something?
Yeah, wait, go for it.
To the character point?
Yeah, go.
He's like talking about goaltender and everything. The guy's like the polar opposite of Carey Price. Like,
know.
he likes the attention, and I'm just like,
I love it.
It's kind of a mind fuck.
I'm a simple goalie. I like standing in the net. It's like that's it.
Dude, who did he pick? He picked Cam Talbot, Craig Anderson, and at least he picked. Oh my God, what's his name from?
I love him
from
He's
Dallas.
Fucking great.
At least he picked the goaltender from Dallas. Yeah. He's like, I'm a Jake Ottinger, Craig Anderson, or Cam Talbot style. I'm like,
Ottinger, that's it. Yeah.
Buddy, are you sure?
I love it.
Sure, you don't want to pick like maybe I don't know.
But that's great, Sammy.
He purposely said Connor Hellebuck or
he purposely said those names. I'm telling you, he's a smart kid. Fuck.
But I loved how he said he needs to work on just getting faster. Yeah. But let me ask you guys this: who was the highest picked goaltender before Jacob Fowler?
Oh, the guy that we were on the lookout for. He got picked 30.
Augustine, or whatever his name is.
No. Amongst the Canadians, who was the highest picked goaltender for the Montreal Canadiens? Like before Jacob Fowler.
Was it not Price? No. It's not true. No. Can't be. No, we picked not Caden Primo. We picked Zach Fucale.
Yeah, Fucale was first round.
Early second round.
No, he was first round.
He was second round. He was like 38th.
Oh my God, it's so true. I forgot about Zachary
Fucale. Yeah, he was drafted.
Well, forget it. You just ruined it.
He was drafted 36th. Yeah.
Yeah. My point. Okay. Well, shit. Well, there you go. Fuck it. Calling it a night. Good night. I'm out. I quit. You just took my idea. Just no, but okay. Well, look,
let's call him one of the highest draft picks.
Yeah,
or pick goalies by the Montreal Canadiens. Go with that argument.
How was he?
Jacob Fowler. He was what? He was ranked at least top 5 goalies within the draft. What does that mean for Caden Primo, though?
He's done. Boys, he has not shown anything yet. I'm sorry to say.
At the NHL level. At the NHL level, the guy can't make the jump.
NHL, he's not consistent. Come on. Like,
he's better in the NHL than the NHL, but Jacob Fowler is threatening Caden Primo right now.
I think so, too.
Jakub Dobeš is threatening Caden Primo right now.
Yeah, I'm curious to see how he progresses this year. But yeah, listen, I think it's his last year, Primo. If he can't really prove anything, they're gonna either let him go or what happens? They put him on waivers. What's the deal with those contracts?
Well, no, he's waiver exempt. It's just do you try to trade him if he's done with the Canadiens? Do you trade him? Do you play out his contract or
out his contract?
He's too good for the East Coast Hockey League. There's no way he's getting sound to Trois-Rivières, to Three Rivers.
No.
There's no way.
No.
But the Laval just signed another 2 goaltenders. They signed another 2 goaltenders.
Yeah.
Probably one of them is going to the East Coast Hockey League, but the other
what they can do is they can move him as a part of a trade, like pieces,
a package.
Yeah, prospect goalies might.
But
Jacob start somewhere.
But Jacob Fowler, what was he? USHL goalie of the year, the playoff MVP. He's a USHL champion. The guy's got a good resume before he's starting his junior career.
Yep.
He's a decent size. He knows what he has to work on. The cool thing is he's going to Boston College and he's going to be facing Lane Hudson at Boston University many times. So that's going to be very, very interesting to watch. But I already love this kid. Like, he's not cocky, but very confident.
Is Lane Hudson for sure not coming?
Lane Hudson's for sure not coming this year.
For sure.
One more year.
He has a killer camp? Okay.
Yeah, dude. No, he's not allowed to go to
okay.
No, he's not allowed to go to training camp because NCAA players are not allowed.
Okay.
He's not
unless he's a full-time,
unless he's under contract, which he isn't, and there's no rush, guys. Like Lane Hudson.
No, next year.
I'm telling you, but
he's gonna come in with what? With probably, I'm guessing Logan Mailloux. That's because even him, he's gonna probably do a year of Laval.
Well, it
depends. It depends if he kills it.
man.
If he destroys, he's going to be making it.
But it destroys everything, yeah.
So
But
Lane Hudson would be coming in probably, so not this year, the year after. Who else is going to be coming in at the same time? Is
in terms
Reinbacher, perhaps?
Well, look, we know that Reinbacher is going back 1 more year.
1 year, yeah.
He's got to me, the signs of a mature kid going. He said, I have 1 more year left of school to do. I want to go back. I want to get it done. He goes, I could do classes online and so forth, but smart.
Yeah.
Smart. Him going back, no rush. This fan base seriously needs to be patient, man. Like what Kent Hughes and Jeff Gordon are doing, nice and easy.
I don't think people know what the Habs have going, man.
No, we don't. We don't even have a fucking clue.
I try to explain it to people. They just don't get it. They just don't get it.
Nobody gets it. Like, nobody understands how, like, they're letting this thing grow nice and slow, dude. Like, but it's perfect. There's no rushing into anything. It's awesome. They made their trade for Newhook. They signed Monahan.
Who I think he's gonna have a good fucking year. Like, he might have a 20 goal season.
Please, like, I swear to God, if Monahan,
I would be happy with 20 goals, dude.
If Monahan loses another limb, like, I'm done.
It's possible.
Did he lose Did he lose a limb to begin with? But no, the real thing, the real thing is, based off of what you're saying. Remember how, like, Anthony, even in part myself, I was saying this could turn around in 2 to 3 years and they could be competing, or they can go for the, like you guys were saying, especially figure 7 to 9 years potentially that we're actually competing for a cup. With that being said, the lack of movement, not going after a guy like Dubois, not going after any crazy free agents, Kent Hughes has just confirmed that they're going to be going for that 6 to 9 year plan before they're truly competing. Exactly. It's solidified.
David Reinbacher is going to be part of that nucleus of young players to lead this team. He's going to be there with Caden Gooley. He's going to be there with Nick Suzuki. He's going to be there with Cole Caulfield. And he's going to even be there with Uri Slavkovsky. Like, and then it depends who you have as your veterans. If Josh Anderson sticks around, okay, cool. Brendan Gallagher, I'm not so sure anymore. Mike Matheson, we'll wait and see. If Anderson stays healthy, sure, maybe, because you're gonna need that veteran leadership, though.
He could score 25 goals. Yeah,
who, Anderson?
Anderson could score 25 goals.
Yeah, it depends who he plays with, but I think he's gonna stick with 20 goals. 20. I give him between 20 to 23 goals. I'm happy with this Reinbacher pick. I'm happy with Jacob Fowler pick. I'm actually happy with Florian Xhekaj pick as well.
So I tried looking at videos on him, and there's not many. And
he's okay.
Apparently, he's like a grittier.
Yeah, he's a grinder.
He has that grinder, but like he's more of like a forward type. Like he could, but he doesn't look like he's going to be easy.
Well, he is a forward, but
bottom six potential, I would see.
Yeah, pretty much. Like, I don't see Florian Xhekaj, making a push for the top 6. But again, anything can happen.
Nicely, man. You never know.
No, you don't. And it was only his first. It was only his first year at junior. Like, everybody,
he's young.
Everybody that goes their first year in junior, they don't always have the greatest year, Like, but I mean, look, in the league before they go to the OHL, he had 40 points in 48 games, which isn't bad after all for a guy that could potentially be a bottom.
Having 2 Wi-Fi's though, imagine that. Imagine the team.
Okay, so what are they going to be known as? Like 5G now, like double Wi-Fi signal,
LTE and
Bluetooth. Are they going to be called? If one is Wi-Fi, is the other one Bluetooth? I don't know. But the Florian Xhekaj pick, like, pretty much came as a bit of a shock to everybody. But to me, I think it's cool, man. Like, I love the story of 2 brothers getting drafted by the same. Well, not that Arbor Xhekaj got drafted, but like 2 brothers playing for the exact same team. Like, I love that story. I loved it when the Kostitsyn brothers were here. Like the Sedin brothers are probably the best brothers combo that you could think of. But I personally love that, and I'm happy for the kid. He's a big kid. Maybe he's gonna be that grinder guy on the 4th line. That him too, a big body, could be intimidating. If he's like his brother that likes to fight. I'm just
Well,
saying.
if there's one thing that I retain from that pick, in my personal opinion, it means that Xhekaj is definitely and most certainly part of the long-term plan.
I
More
think
than
so.
anything, I don't think we needed Florian Xhekaj, to be honest. But that is a move, like that is a move that an organization will make as a real like, hey, we value you. Like we're bringing your brother in. Your brother might not play with us. It's weird in the way I'm expressing it, but it's just to Xhekaj. Xhekaj might have turned and said, you guys could have picked any number of other players, but you guys decided to pick my brother, and like he's part of the organization. I'll get to stick around with him. As stupid as it sounds, it's a very big like kind of pat on the back, and like
Oh,
we care about you.
buy-in, bro. It's all about the buy-in. Like he's gonna be like he
Yeah,
feels part of it now. Like and yeah, that's very good. That's a very good point. The psychological aspect
yeah.
is huge in that. That's
Well,
a very good point.
it could be maybe they see, well, look, like the character that Arbor
It's
brings,
that's
it's the
upbringing,
same thing
dude.
that his
It's
brother. Yeah, they see the upbringing, they see how like you
look
gotta
at the
He's a
Kachucks.
leader. He's a
yeah,
fucking
it's
leader.
But that's it. There's something, yeah, I don't know. It, fuck. There
so
has to be a real reason for that happening.
well, I think it all comes down to the characters of these kids that they want to build within the culture of this team. That's the way I see it, at least in this draft. They say David Reinbacher, he's gonna fit in with the culture. Oh my God, Jacob Fowler, like he looks like the Kent Hughes type of player
Man,
that he wants.
all of them.
Besides playing in the Boston area, which seems to be the common thread with Kent Hughes, but he's got it, and then you get Florian Xhekaj, that they draft another two goalies
Fuck.
that another two goalies, another two right-handed defensemen. So to me, it's safe in my eyes. It's safe to say that they picked based on needs in this draft. And as much as I'm happy to accept the picks they did this year, I also believe what they did last draft for the first time really set the bar way too high. With the first overall pick, we like Slafkovsky, making the trade for Doc, and getting Owen Beck, getting Lane Hudson. Then you get other guys like Vincent Rohr, Jared Davidson, Adam Engstrom. Like these are all prospects that are I'm gonna get to I'm gonna get to it, but they're basically they're promoting themselves like to the team, to the organization. Like last year's draft was a very good draft for the Montreal Canadiens. This year we're all maybe this year's draft is pretty good, but I just think it's getting overshadowed by last year, and then throw in the whole Mitchkov debate. I'm happy with David Reinbacher. I really like this kid. Everybody seems to say he's genuine. He's smart. He's kind. He's level-headed, and that's what we want. If Anthony's listening and we're agreeing with his whole character concept in a hockey team, dude, absolutely. And he's got the talent. I think he's got the talent. I think he could be a solid 60-point defenseman one day in the NHL in his prime.
Mm-hmm.
Let's hope he's got that Austrian Arnold Schwarzenegger work ethic.
Dude,
like sleep 6 hours so that I can get back to training.
I'm sure.
I'm gonna go to the gym. Well, seriously, yeah. It's if he has that work ethic, forget it. We got instead of I'm the linebacker. So we're gonna do the Terminators, but that was a complete fail. Listen, a few days ago, it was the free agent frenzy. Every July 1st, everybody's excited about moving day. Not. I get excited about free agent frenzy, and man, what a show by the NHL, or at least by some NHL teams. Montreal Canadiens did
nothing,
little to nothing. They picked up a few
they have the plan,
players.
Man. They have a plan at hand. So
they went and get Elias Anderson, though, who was a 7th overall pick by the New York Rangers.
Laval's gonna be pretty good this year,
dude. Laval's gonna be good, but before we get to that, what are your thoughts? I think the Canadiens, you know what? I think it was perfect that they did nothing. I think it was perfect. They didn't waste a single dime on these 1-year contracts, which that's what everybody else was doing. Just giving these 1-year contracts.
Yeah, but if you notice, they want to let the kids fly now.
Dude,
Start to fly. Start running on the runway. Now just the run.
1,000%.
That's what we're witnessing right now. So
a lot of you're gonna get the Twitter general manager, Twitter GMs, I call them. They're like, you can't use it. Nothing. It's a fail. Shut up. Shut your mouth. The fact that Ken Hughes did nothing was perfect.
Yeah,
let it ride, like you said, Zook.
Mm-hmm.
But all these other teams, they're all giving these 1-year contracts. I think GMs, they're learning the hard way. Like, fuck, we can't commit to these bigger, longer contracts anymore because every team is up against the cap.
Yeah. What the hell did Toronto do? What did they do?
Dude, I have
$8
no
million
idea.
over the cap. How the hell are they like? The Nylander's got to go. Marner might get traded.
I think either Nylander or Tavares is going to go.
Yeah.
How?
Yeah,
I have no idea. Yeah,
but that's the thing. Teams right now are saying like, "Oh, you're $8 million."
He's going to be mysteriously injured.
We're gonna severely underpay you guys. Like, unless Treliving is hiding the fact that there's a magical injury, and
I'm telling you,
I have to go off on a tangent on that point.
God.
I swear to God, if they pull the fucking,
they will, dude.
If they fucking pull the Vegas, they pull the fucking.
Are they putting Tavares? You think
Tampa
Tavares?
Bay?
I think so.
Oh my God! You think Toronto's gonna put Tavares on LTIR? They're gonna use that. They're gonna use that loophole.
They could, man. That's the only way it makes sense, dude. If not, they're gonna get.
Chris, do you really think they're gonna use that loophole?
Well, it's now how many years in a row that the Stanley Cup champions pretty much pull that shit. Like it's 3 out of the last 4 years that happens, and that shit has to be fixed that shit really has to be fixed by the league. By the way, because if that happens again, like seriously, fuck, sign anybody you want, trade for anybody you want, go God knows how much over the cap, and then off LTIR right in time for playoffs.
Well,
bullshit.
Leafs Nation already is planning the parade for all the free agents they got. Right, man. Right, Ryan Reeves in Toronto. Oh my God, he's gonna challenge Xhekaj in Game 1. Absolutely,
Xhekaj's gonna knock him out.
Oh, dude,
like he knocked out Zach Kyson, that fucking drunk.
Yeah, dude.
Fuck, he destroyed him. He ragdogged him. Get the fuck out of here.
Ryan Reeves could beat the shit.
He's old, Ryan Reeves. He's like fucking 30.
Yeah, but dude, he's still fucking colossal, man.
Is
like,
he?
Yeah, dude.
He plays 8 minutes a game now, like you saw last year.
Doesn't matter. The fact that he's there in their lineup and in their locker room. Fuck, I hate that. I like Ryan Reeves. He's gonna. Oh my God!
To see how Jack has. You're right.
But Arber's not gonna back down.
No,
you think Jack is gonna? He's not gonna back down.
Fuck, mental.
I'm sure Marty's gonna tell him, "Look, man, don't. Depends what the game. Don't do it." Arber's gonna be like,
"I know.
Let me at him, coach."
That's gonna be a fucking matchup and a half.
They went to get Ryan Reeves. They want to get John Klingberg. They
Domi,
Tyler Bertuzzi. They want to get Max Domi.
It's okay.
Oh my God,
he knows who's better.
He knows Montreal's better. Max Domi knows.
He knows, man.
Montreal.
He's just paying. He's just there for a paycheck, boys.
Well, it's also a dream come true to him. I'm sure it is. You watch your dad playing, and being the scrapper that he was. I'm sure it's a dream come true. Like I don't hate on Max Domi. No, this is not
a nice 1-year contract.
This is, but that's the thing. 1-year contract. John Klingberg at one point was demanding all these years and all this money. Look what he's getting now. He wanted Miro Heiskanen.
Overpaid. He's overpaid.
Yeah, how much did he get?
I have a feeling Toronto's going to be sellers.
$4.5 million.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, he used to be more than that. But and then they got Tyler Bertuzzi also. Fuck,
they're going to be sellers come trade deadline, dude. I'm telling you. You don't think so? It's too much. It's way too much.
Depends where they are in the lineup. They might be buyers for one more piece. They might be buyers for a goalie.
Okay, good. You take Montembeault.
Dude, I think you're such an idiot. I think they're gonna try to get John Gibson.
Oh, cool. Yeah, that makes sense.
Maybe
going back. I don't want to speak anymore about the Leafs. But
yeah, I know.
What did I say? I wanted another tough guy to alleviate Xhekaj. Now's the time. I'd say Kent Hughes actually needs another tough guy. Inform inform yourself on what the cost is to get Delorier back.
Dude, he never should have left. I say this.
Yeah.
Too old now.
I've been saying this. Yeah, that's true too. I've been saying this for a while. He never should have left. Okay, 2 ex-Montreal Canadiens players now I got to talk about. Let's talk about the Joel Edmondson trade. So the Canadiens traded Joel Edmondson to the Washington Capitals, and they retain what was it? Sorry, they retain 50%. They retain 50% of the salary, and Washington gives up a third round pick, but it's actually Minnesota's pick. It's Minnesota's third round pick, and they also get a Washington 7th round pick. Both of those picks are in 2024.
That's good.
To me, a lot of people didn't like it because they all thought Edmondson is probably worth more. I'd say maybe the fact that you retained half of the salary, maybe a 2nd round pick, but I don't think he's worth more than that. To be 100% honest with you, this is a pick. This is 2 picks, albeit a 3rd and a 4th and a 7th. You have 2 picks for a defenseman that you'll absolutely love to have on your team when he's healthy. This guy's been having back injuries for a while now. Like, Washington's taking a chance.
Which is maybe why Kent rushed. Maybe he knows something that we don't in terms of health.
Maybe.
That's a good point. He's been injured quite often the last few years, right?
He's injury prone, and quite frankly, I appreciate everything that Joel Edmondson did since he came to the Canadiens. He was actually a leader. He was a mentor to the young guys. He defended his teammates, especially when, to me, it's when Tyler Myers hit Yoel Armia during the COVID season, and he went after him. He dropped the gloves with Myers, and Joel Edmondson, he's a true pro, Stanley Cup champion. He brings that. He brings everything. It's just unfortunate with his injury issues. If you're not really helping the team on the ice and on the bench and within the dressing room, sorry, you got to make room for these younger guys. And we said this. I think we mentioned it last episode. It's like eventually Joel Edmondson's going to go because Xhekaj is going to take over that role.
Yeah.
I'd say more than anything, that was the point that I wanted to make. I don't even think it's a question of cap. I don't think it's a question of, like, say, getting more for him at the deadline. I think them keeping him here, them keeping him here is a roster spot blocked for one of the younger guys. And that's why, like, to go full circle back to just, let's say, free agency, I don't think it's Kent Hughes' job to bring anybody else in. I think, again, it's time to concentrate on getting certain players out. And it's not because they were bad. It's not because they did anything wrong. It's just now there's so many talented young guys who definitely, if they haven't already, they will be earning their spot likely this year. And guys like Armia, guys like Hoffman, guys like Edmondson less so, but it's just we have so many defensemen like Wideman. There's no place for Wideman.
Dude, he's gonna go
here anymore.
He's gonna go through waivers, man. I'm telling you, he's gonna go through waivers.
And it's time to make space for the young guys, and that's what's happening, and that's what Kent Hughes has got to focus on going forward. It's unfortunate. That's the business.
That is the business for sure. Jonathan Drouin going to join Nathan MacKinnon in Colorado.
Fucking Bergevin, you stupid fucking moron.
Wow. Did we not predict this?
No.
Dude, we had our own crystal ball, and we were able to tell everybody that once Jonathan Drouin was done with the Canadiens, he's going to Colorado to join Nathan MacKinnon.
Who said that?
We did.
Oh, we all did. Yeah, this was a while ago.
Oh my God. Yeah, but dude, it was written in the stars.
He definitely is. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, but salary cap space wise, it made sense.
He's getting 770,000.
8 or was that 7?
He's just under 800,000. He's getting He's getting just under 800,000.
Listen,
to go play with Nathan McKinnon.
I don't think he's gonna play with Nathan McKinnon.
Are you
they're gonna realize how terrible he is at back checking.
Dude, dude,
lazy.
Dude, Jonathan Drouin at one point in time in Halifax was better than Nathan McKinnon.
I know.
Watch Bill Masterton and Art Ross go to fucking Jonathan Drouin.
He's gonna score 20 goals.
No, he can't shoot anymore, man.
He's gonna all right. Okay, he's not gonna score 20 goals. He's gonna score at least 10 to 15.
Okay.
He's gonna get over. Okay, Jonathan Drouin's career high is 53 points.
Okay.
Twice. Once with Tampa Bay and once with the Canadians. Okay. He's going to get more this year.
You're nuts.
What do you mean am I nuts? If you're on the power play with Nathan McKinnon, Cale Makar, and Mikko Rantanen.
Why would they put Drouin with McKinnon?
Dude, Landeskog is gone.
It's gone. Okay, got it.
Landeskog is gone.
That makes sense.
Okay,
yeah. So then at that point, if he's going to be put in those positions, then yeah, he could definitely score 10 goals. But
I have a special guest,
but he needs to show up.
His name is Mitchkov.
Oh no,
Mitch! I'm not a special guest.
Look at it. He even looks like a Russian. I'm kidding.
I'm a Russian spy.
You look like you're.
You look like a Boris.
You look like you're in a bunker cell there.
You look like you're Boris. Boris, the mad scientist, stats man, the Roman.
Oh my God, Joey, agree with me. Jonathan Drouin is going to get a career high in points this year playing with Nathan McKinnon in Colorado.
Joe, say it.
Tough question. Say it. What's his highest point total now?
53. Twice. Once with Tampa Bay and once with the Canadians.
Nope. There you go. I'm with Joey for once.
He might play on the power play, but there's no way that they're going to keep him on the first line.
He's going to have one goal and 38 assists.
Oh my God. I don't know, man. Maybe I'm a bit more of an optimistic person. Maybe deep down inside, I just want Drouin just to get the fuck away from Montreal, get away from the media here, the French media, the English media, go to Colorado where the altitude is higher. Maybe it'll help him out with whatever injuries he's dealing with. Mm-hmm. It'll help him out in whatever other things he go. I'm telling you, the fact that he's playing with Nathan McKinnon, he's going to be under his guidance.
One goal, 38 assists there.
Zook, he's right. You never know what can happen in hockey. Look at David Savard, won a Stanley Cup. So
look at Arturi Lehkonen.
Nothing but game winners.
If he could put up that many goals, I worry.
And then
nothing but game-winning goals like Arturi Lehkonen.
There's Jonathan Drouin, and then you have a player like, for example, very similar in a sense, high-ranked draft, Galchenyuk. He's moved, changed, fucking.
He's going back to Arizona
10 times and has had a fucking yielded results. You know, and he played on decent teams as well.
Yeah, and he didn't perform. His best performing year was Montreal.
33 goals.
There you go. He never came close.
Dude, Galchenyuk, something along
was he our last 30 goal scorer?
Could be.
No,
or was it Gallagher?
It was Pacioretty.
Gallagher in 2019. He had 33 goals.
Yeah, that is true. Because he played with Thomas Tatar in Philadelphia.
Gallagher, Joey. Gallagher.
Yeah, the guy makes $6 million and scores
Gallagher.
like 5 goals a year.
Oh my God! Speaking of $6 million, Alex Killorn? Are you kidding me?
Yeah,
they're just trying to hit the cap. They're trying to hit the minimum.
Yes, I know, but what the hell, man? I wanted this guy on the Canadiens. I was kind of hoping secretly the Canadiens would sign him. No, thank you, not for that much.
No, way too much.
He's getting another Gallagher type contract. You're getting paid for what you did.
An emotional contract. We don't need those things.
We barely have room to sign many players. We're still up against the cap, given all of Bergevin's wonderful signings and contracts he's given out.
Weidman, and I'm predicting Weidman on waivers, and I think Hoffman's going to go on waivers.
That's a possibility. Weidman, I can certainly see. I don't think there's the way Hughes is planning to build this team. We're going to draft another 50 defensemen, so.
Here he is now.
Okay, not 50, 20.
Here he is again. Joe, it's a good pick. Reinbacher's a good pick.
I haven't given my thoughts yet, so I had to slowly integrate it somehow.
You missed it now.
I
want to hear your thoughts.
Say your thoughts, and then after I'm going to get into the development camp that I was there today.
Nice.
Can he be a good player? I believe so. Can he be a first-line player? I hope so. I like the words of Winnick, former NHL player that played against Reinbacher in Switzerland, who backed Reinbacher up by saying he's nowhere like Adam Larson.
Yes,
he performs better. Is it the choice I would have made? No. I still think we had the chance to pick a forward that has potential to be an elite point. I'll even just say point getter. Doesn't have to be goals or assists. Can put up points. So I would have went that route. I kind of regret regret Hughes picking that. I'm obviously disappointed, but the guy is here now. I mean, I'll wait another 20 years for maybe 100-point player or 90-point player. What's another 20 years? Hopefully I'm still alive.
Okay.
Joey, are you happy the Canadians have Caden Gooley in the team? People weren't happy when they drafted him. Now look at this.
Yes.
Remember when they wanted Zadina?
Yeah, there you go.
But that's a different draft.
Doesn't matter.
It is, but
the point it's a different draft. But the point is, we're a fan base that we should have picked this. The GM Philip Zadina's on waivers right now.
You know what? They would have went. Yeah, Zadina's awful, but it was a wrong choice regardless. We didn't make the right choice. So
I understand that, but my point is,
yeah,
you get what I'm saying.
Yeah, it makes sense. When we drafted Gooley, I was happy given where we were in the draft and what was available.
I wanted Dawson Mercer that draft too, but I was happy with Gooley. And now I'm even and I still love them both. I love Caden Gooley, but I love Dawson Mercer on the New Jersey Devils.
Right. If Montreal was let's say between 7 and 9, it's a little more digestible. I would have still went. I see this Mitch Marner vibes in Benson. I thought somebody on the
I liked Ryan Leonard, man.
Yeah, a lot of people thought Leonard was getting picked.
The whole thing with Ryan Leonard playing like a cut Chuck type style.
I love it. We don't have that.
But at his height and the way his frame is reminds me too much of Gallagher, not shitting on Gallagher.
Got it.
I just find it's going to wear on him. But the way Benson plays reminded me a lot of the way Mitch Marner is. And I really think that's something we could have had. I think left wing is a weak position for Montreal. I still see Cole Caulfield as a right winger, not a left winger.
Yeah, exactly. And I think next draft, the Canadians, wherever they are, they're going to have to go by next best available player and not drafting by need, like I said earlier in the episode, which is what they did this draft. There's no hiding it. The Canadians all address
Sam,
address a need.
That's where I have a hard time accepting
I know,
this.
Joe.
Every scout, every GM, everybody talks. You pick based on best player available, not what you need. You never know what you'll be 3-4 years down the line.
But Joey, if we're going to use that argument, why didn't Anaheim pick Mitchkov? Why didn't Columbus pick Mitchkov? Why didn't San Jose pick Mitchkov?
Columbus needs a yeah. I mean,
you just proved my point.
Columbus needs a center, and there's a center that had less flags than Mitchkov. Same with Anaheim; they need a center wing, less flags.
Flags like red flags? What
red
kind of
flags? Yeah.
You want a red flag player then?
I don't think it's enough not to draft him given our spot. But if you told me we were second or third, I wouldn't have picked Mitchkov. But the fact that we were fifth, you take the gamble.
What if Mitchkov did not want to come to Montreal? I get that feeling.
I mean, how do we know?
It's just a feeling. I don't know. I don't know anything. I don't know who got.
I'm sorry. If Mitchkov would not want to come to Montreal, but he says yes to go to Philadelphia, there's something wrong with the kid.
I'll tell you why,
Joey. He met with them earlier.
Joey,
so what? He met with Montreal.
Joey, some players don't want to be in a team that's not his. Like in Philly, it's going to be his team. Here, it's Nick Suzuki's team.
You don't think it would be his team if he'd come here?
Nick Suzuki. Nick Suzuki is building. They're building something. They're not going to have this guy come in 3 years after because he thinks he's flashy. He's going to destroy the family, basically, making a sense. You know what I mean? So
I'm trying to make sense. If he were to pick and choose a team, why Philly? To me, when you pick and choose a team, I think you pick and choose a team that's kind of on the up, and Philly's
maybe
nowhere
it
near
fits
that.
his character. It's that big bad Philly team, like they're rough.
I don't think his character fit with what Kent Hughes and Jeff Gordon are doing.
Maybe
There
okay.
was
That's
no
the
other
time I
reports.
still
and it doesn't mean he's a bad person. I'm not saying he's a bad kid or he's a bad apple. I'm not saying that. I just maybe somewhere down the line he was like, maybe who knows if he could go and say to Arizona, I don't want to play for you. He probably did the same thing to the Canadians.
Yeah, you never know. But then at that spot, I would have still went like Zook said, go to forward. That might have helped us. I think we were developing along defensively pretty nicely.
Oh my God!
I guess you see the need to have another, but again, he picked base because he's a right-handed shot. That quote still sticks to me. We're saying that if he was left-handed shot, it would have cooled down a bit.
Yes,
their interest on Reinbacher.
It would have probably gotten a 4.
Dude, guys, there's no denying it was all dressed on need. This draft next year, I hope and I expect that they go based on best available player, and I hope it's a forward because we really do need forward prospects now. Okay, and this brings me to the last segment of the episode, the development camp. I was there today in Brossard to watch the scrimmage game, and honestly, I don't know if you guys watched it. I know LDS broadcasted it live when it happened. I don't know if you guys watched it. They streamed it. Yeah.
I just went off of my inside feed, which is you, Sammy. So whatever you told me is
inside source.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm telling you now, the best. It was 4-on-4, 2 periods of 25 minutes running time, except for the last minute.
Say it, Sammy. Say it.
The best players on the ice were defensemen.
Of course, I mean,
well, that's what Joy was saying. We're fucking developing
the best players on the ice were defensemen. Okay,
yeah.
We're
gonna look like the Nashville Predators,
or the Vegas Golden Knights.
I don't mind the Nashville Predators, buddy.
Okay, I'll start with Adam Engstrom on the left side.
Oh yeah,
unreal.
How old is he?
He's 19.
When did they draft him?
They drafted him last year.
It was last year. It
Year's
wasn't Bergevin draft.
That's why last year we were excited with the draft.
It was a good draft. Yeah.
Joe, man, too bad you weren't here earlier. I said it. They set the bar high with last year's draft. Last year's development camp, Adam Engstrom was the only one that was able to knock out Uri Slafkovsky with a hit.
Oh wow!
The only one. He was the only one.
How's his skating?
He's very good. He's got hands. His knowledge of the game is there. He's going to be an NHLer one day.
I'm so excited.
I don't know if it's going to be with Montreal, but you can't have too many defensemen. Okay.
Yeah.
Sam, before you go to the next person, so if Engstrom is to become an NHL defenseman, you love Xhekaj.
I love
Goalie. Barron, I'm not sure, but we're liking Harris. You're going to talk about the next two coming up. There's Mayu, the next three. Where?
I don't know.
Where do they all fit? This is what
I
refer back to the draft. This is where does they all fit?
I don't know, but you got to give them time in Laval, and you see how they develop. If you could use them in a trade for now to acquire an accelerated asset, fine. But right now, I don't know, but this is a good problem to have. It's not a bad problem. It's a good problem, okay? That's the first defenseman. Logan Mailloux looks very good as well. He played a little bit on the conservative side, and I think he stepped off the gas pedal a little bit because if he wanted to, he would have. He's feisty. He's actually feisty. And Chris, you said he does have a bit more of a physical edge to his game than we think. He's going to piss off a lot of people.
And the OHL is pretty rough. Yeah, a lot of penalty minutes.
He is rough. I think he's a tough kid. He's going to drop the gloves maybe once or twice. I don't think he's going to scrap it out.
His hands are so fucking good.
He has to watch it. You see his offensive knowledge. He might be.
Do you think he's going to be a power play type of
1,000%
power play specialist type player? Yeah.
How is his defense like closing the gap?
Not bad. He's getting better. Okay. I think he'll still need to work on it, but you could tell he knows how to use his stick reach and his body placement.
He has
a lot better. He's man. Okay. The next.
That's why.
Yeah, go Chris. Go Chris.
But that's why I genuinely feel and see Reinbacher is going to play more with a guy like Hudson, and then you're going to have goalie with Mayu. Everybody keeps saying goalie and Reinbacher, but those are the two defensive responsible.
No.
You inverted.
I'm going to tell you this.
I'm just saying Lane Hudson is your offensive guy. Then you have a guy like Reinbacher. Then you have a guy like Goalie and an offensive guy like Mayu. Perfect fit.
Perfect. Dude, like you think you know, Chris? Because what you're saying is right, but you don't even have a fucking clue unless you see it. And I saw it live, and those two were fucking... I don't know how they developed this chemistry together right away within 24 hours.
It's profiles, dude.
They were amazing.
It's a profile and a profile.
They were amazing. Hudson and Reinbacher together, they were amazing. 1,000%. Dude, Lane Hudson is so good.
It's just like how Cole Caulfield worked immediately with Nick Suzuki. Things like that happen.
Yeah, pretty much, dude. We could see this as a pairing for real.
I heard the French media exploded. They got a little excited when Reinbacher compared Hudson to a certain individual.
Cale Makar?
Yeah.
Dude, I don't know if he'll ever be Cale Makar, but Lane Hudson, guys, I'm telling you, like, and
if he's 1/5, I'll be happy.
And at the complex in Broadside, they let everybody sit in the stands, huh?
It looked full, eh?
We weren't standing behind in the hallway restaurant section. We're actually sitting in the stands.
Nice.
And I sat pretty close, like I was pretty much like below the top of the glass level. I'm there face to face. Dude, Lane Hudson is so good. Like, he's amazing. Like, I hope he tears it up in the NCAA one more year, and then he signs with us.
Colby Baker, baby.
Him and Reinbacher, man, they were finding each other 4-on-4, so they did have a lot more room. But the players did well, like closing in the gaps, man. And Hudson was still able to find Reinbacher a few times, setting up the plays, and Reinbacher almost scored 2 goals.
How's his skating, Reinbacher?
He's good.
Is he comparable to a few other people?
Well, I mean, it's tough. It's tough to compare to. For me, I hope he becomes like a. I don't know if Hedman, because of the size. If he's like a Miro Heiskanen type of defenseman, like, I'll be so thrilled with that. I'll go even further, like either Alex Pietrangelo or even Roman Josi. Like, if he becomes one of those, like, wow, guys. But like, Reinbacher looks good. Lane Hudson was unreal, man. It was so cool to watch. It's too bad, like some of you boys couldn't make it, which is okay.
We have a day job sometimes.
Yeah, I'm the only one who has the most fucked up schedule with
you work at night.
I work either nights or like I'm off during the week, and then I work weekends.
I would love to.
It's so weird, but Owen Beck looked pretty good. Philip Machar has a good shot.
Beck, I want to ask you. Yeah, so it's been quiet on his front, eh? This year,
he's good. You know what? It's too bad he can't go to Laval because I think he's ready. But because of the whole age thing for North American players, he's got to go back to junior.
So one more year.
But one more year. Luke Tuck was
he scored, right? I think
he scored a nice goal. Dude, this kid is not afraid to hit.
Listen, if he's like Alex Tuck,
I don't think he'll have a scoring touch like his brother, but
whatever.
I can see him being on the
guys.
Dude, he's so big. He's a big
you know what he
kid.
reminds me of when I see him skate with the puck? He reminds me of who's that guy who used to have Rene Bourque. He reminds me of Rene Bourque.
Maybe. Yeah. Rene Bourque, fucking 10 seconds in, scores a goal for the playoff.
Love him,
dude. No, but I could definitely see Luke Tuck getting a 4th line grinder role.
Listen, we'll need him.
That a bit more a bit tougher than like Pizzetta type of player.
That's true.
Who else? Like Joshua Roy looks pretty good. Xavier Simoneau, man, he's a feisty little shit. Like he was noticeable out there, and that's the thing, guys. Like the Laval Rocket, I don't know if they're going to be great, but they're going to be exciting to watch because it's all of our prospects going there to play.
Sam, which forward impressed you the most? I know the defense stole the show, but let's say for forward.
It's tough, man. It's and this kind of goes back to my forward prospects, or like kind of the lack, like Joshua Roy. You could tell the kid has skill. And he has such a weird skating style because he looks like he's lazy out there, but he's not. It's so strange. I mean, Simoneau looked good. Tyler Smilanik is not bad. But to me, Luke Tuck probably, was able to shine a little bit more than for lack of a better term, just because he was just hitting. He was hitting guys. He was going after guys. So, yeah, I'm gonna go with him. And
Okay.
yeah, I know it worries you, Joey. It's
no. I mean, it is what it is, right?
Riley Kidney's he's a fast skater, but he's a bit more of that playmaker. So, look, we're gonna see when the rookie camp comes along. It looks like Zook just left without saying goodbye, and I'm gonna give him shit for that.
He did in the chat.
Yeah, I know the chat, but like he's got to say bye to our audience too.
Probably didn't want to interrupt your.
No, it's fine. It's fine. But all that to say is, it was cool. Look, Jacob Fowler. I have to say something. At one point, there was a 2-on-0, and the player with the puck looked like he was gonna shoot, faked it, passed it to somebody open on the right. It was like a 2-on-0, but Fowler, he read the play before the guy even thought about passing the puck and just slid to the open side and just made like an easy save. Like that's like.
Did he impress you more than Dopes?
They were both the best goalies there.
Okay.
They both made like pretty good saves.
Not the 3 goalies, the other 2 goalies you drafted.
No, what's his name? Emit Kroto. He looks okay. The other 2, they're just on tryout. I think one of them is just on tryout. Emit Kroto was okay. You could tell he still needs time in juniors. But no, Dobish and Fowler were the best goalies.
Good.
And it's a very, very good sign. It's Laval Rocket. They're gonna be exciting to watch, and I think I'm gonna be purchasing a lot more tickets than.
I hope they're on TV. I'll watch them a bit more this year. I want to see how they play.
A couple of times.
We'll see about Reinbacher, right? Because we tweeted out. I know you did this one about his. I rumored that he's signing an interior level contract, but I didn't read anything at all.
Yeah, the La Poche Bleue podcast with Guillaume Latendresse and Maxime Lapierre. Apparently, they brought out breaking news saying that Reinbacher.
So if he signs, he's going to be in the AHL. You sign and then you go back to Switzerland. I don't think so. If you sign, you're staying. Usually, you stay here.
I look with the European players. I don't know how this shit works.
They could play the AHL, that's for sure. But the thing is, I don't know if a team that actually signs their prospect and then puts him back out to Switzerland. Why don't you just wait a year?
I don't. Yeah, I don't know if they give him a slide to his contract. I don't know if they could do that to European players. I don't think so. I'd have to double check it. We'll see. We'll see. Like apparently he signed it, but they're not going to announce it until in the near future. We'll have to wait and see what happens with that. But that could be interesting. Like to me, I see it like a Simon Nemec type of thing, like the New Jersey Devils did.
So you could see him for starting for Montreal not the season coming, the one after.
Yep. They actually spoke about this. That was another talking point. They said of all of the individuals who were drafted, they said Reinbacher has the potential to be one of the first of them to be playing in the NHL. Of course, Connor Bedard aside, that's a given.
Yeah, of course.
But they said he's got a really, really good chance of being one of the first ones to be.
So we can potentially see. I mean, it's going to be tough with all 3 coming at once. We could potentially see that pairing Chris mentioned, the top 4, as early as in 2 seasons.
But again, this is why sign the kid now if you're going to wait in 2 seasons and you're going to hope that he pairs up with Lane Hudson.
That's the thing, unless he's going to play the AHL. That's the only reason.
It could
be schooling here and he plays the AHL. That's the only reason.
We were talking about this. Like this was actually something that I brought up. Guy Boucher, and I think I'd actually like to get your take on it. But it was Guy Boucher who said, I've coached in the Swiss League, I've coached in the AHL significant amount, and it was of his opinion that the Swiss League was superior to that of the AHL. And we went on to say that, or he went on to say that, it's a really, really good sign that Reinbacher was as competitive as he was in the Swiss league. If that's the case, let the kid go back home, let him
I agree.
continue his studies, and let him continue playing
I
with
agree.
men. In that sense, because again, why waste 1 year? He can go to a better league. He has a little bit more time and space. There's definitely going to be less wear and tear on the body because it's a less of a rough game. I'd say, kid, go home, and well, not home technically, but go back to Europe and take it slow.
I agree.
But contrary to your opinion, I think it's possible that not 2 seasons, but next season we're going to see all these guys lining up on the blue line. I think they're that good.
That's what I mean. 2 seasons because we haven't started the next one. I'm talking not the
Okay,
season
okay,
coming,
okay,
the
okay.
one after. Yeah,
Fair.
yeah. But
Okay.
with Reinbacher, I don't know. He wants to go back to Switzerland, but if they're signing to deal, Hughes might look otherwise. He might. The only reason I could see Hughes wanting him to stay is for them to closely monitor his development. That would be the only reason. But I agree with you. I think he should go back home 1 more year and get ready. And get ready for the season after.
I think that's a smart thing to do. We got to remember the timeline of this thing that the Canadiens are building, and I think in 1 year, like in 1 year, whose contracts are you get? You're going to clear out a lot more money too.
Hoffman, Savard, for sure.
So that's
Savard done after this year?
No, Savard has 2 more years. No,
he has 2 years.
He's got this year and next year.
Friendly.
He signed a 4-year deal, or I thought it was a 3.
Sorry, Joe.
I thought he signed a 3-year deal.
Yeah.
Hoffman and Pitlick, those guys are gone at the end of
Pitlick's on Pitlick 2 is going on waivers.
I thought he signed a 3-year deal.
Yeah, Weidman is gone.
Oh my god. Joey, I'm so sorry to ruin your night like this, but yeah, you gotta have 1 more year, and then after that, it's Joe. Okay, in 2 years, and at the end of 2 seasons, at the end of this season, next season, you know how much salary we're gonna be shedding, and it's gonna be perfect. It's gonna be
I know. We can finally get rid of all the shit contracts. I know.
But this is and this is why I reiterate the level of patience that this fan base needs. Like, I know we want this shit right away. I know. But even Jeff Gordon said it. I asked to be a little bit more patient. It's coming. Like, just in 2 years from now, that's when, dude, the standards of this team are going to be even higher. So
good.
Brendan Gallagher retain 50% of the salary and let him go. Not this year, but maybe
LTIR.
Beginning of next year.
I think he's LTIR. Once Price is done, LTIR.
Yep, that's where I'd put him. It's almost as good as getting rid of him, so it's good for me.
And it looks like Paul Byron's got a role in the Canadiens organization. Did you guys see?
Yeah, I saw the clip. But they haven't said anything. I just saw a clip.
No, but he's a free agent. It's weird.
He's a free agent, but I think he's retiring. Obviously, like he can't play anymore.
Yeah, he spoke about it. He spoke about it a few months back, saying that he made it very clear to Hughes and Gorton that he'd like to be part of the organization. It was even, we saw him in the press box with those two while the Canadiens were ending their season. So
And
absolutely. It's just if it's officially confirmed, all the better. Good for him.
He's a
good guy.
He spoke to the kids too before they got on the ice. Like, he explained to them the importance of being a team player, that like sometimes your role changes, but like it's such a privilege to play in the NHL, whether you're playing 20 minutes or 2 minutes, whether you're playing top line or fourth line minutes. He says like there's worse things in the world than playing fourth line minutes in the NHL. That to me is I'm gonna miss the guy. Cool,
well,
boys.
Might not have to if he's staying close by.
I'm gonna miss the guy on the ice. Like the only guy that could score 20 goals without getting a single second on the power play. Unbelievable.
Yeah, that's true. That's very undervalued for sure.
Unbelievable. Cool, boys. I think we'll call it an evening. And,
go Reinbacher.
Dude, here we go. Joey, just for you. Make sure, actually, everybody, if you've reached to the end of this episode, comment on YouTube, #Team Reinbacher. Here, here, hold on a sec. I know it says hashtag David Reinbacher. I'm going to switch this. Hashtag Team Reinbacher. All right. If you made it to the end of this episode, Team Reinbacher.
Can we have also one thing else in the comment section for YouTube just to get participation? And this is going to be a hot topic. With Joel Edmondson going to Washington, who wears the A? Who gets that official assistant captain duty?
Caden, goalie.
Well, you don't think Josh Anderson? You don't think Sean Monahan? You don't think David Savard?
Maybe Savard, not Monahan.
Caden, goalie.
I won't give my take. I'll let the fans in the comment section say who they think.
That's a good question. Who does get the A? Holy fuck! Hold on a second.
Anderson or Savard, one or the other.
Holy shit! Hold on, we're gonna extend this goodbye real quick. Hold on a sec. Yeah, Anderson or Caden, goalie. You think Caulfield gets one?
No, I don't.
No,
I'd love to see it. I don't know.
I think the future one day will be those three.
Absolutely.
Yeah, but hold on a sec. Doesn't Anderson isn't he like an assistant on the away or something like that, or some of that bullshit?
No, he was just so many fucking injuries. He was always wearing an A with Savard.
That's true too. Okay, I like that question.
Reinbacher will get an A in a few years.
Oh, maybe. Okay, listen again. Hashtag Team Reinbacher. If you made it to the end of the episode, in the comments, Team Reinbacher, and who do you think is getting the assistant captaincy after Joel Edmondson? Thank you all for tuning in to the Curfew Boys on the 4th of July. Oh my God, I forgot to wish our American neighbors and followers. Hope you all had a safe and happy 4th of July, even though you're probably hearing this on the 5th of July. We're recording this on July 4th. Happy Independence Day to all of our American friends and neighbors. And once again, please like and subscribe to our YouTube channel. It's free. It really doesn't cost you a single thing. It takes a single click. Tell your friends about us. Please show us the love. It's the only way we're going to feel it. Here are the episodes on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google Podcasts, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, and Twitter. We are there. Zook was here, but he fucked off. Mitchkov is here, or in Philly. I don't know. Chris is here. Sammy, I want to thank you all again for tuning in. We will be back for probably one more episode before we take a break, a summer break or off-season break. Guys are gonna hit the gym to get in season shape for September. Gentlemen, Joey, thanks for joining us.
Yeah,
a little bit later.
Thanks for welcoming me as a special guest late into the episode.
Well, it said Mitchkov, so I figured, look, we have Mitchkov coming, but no, it was
maybe he was traded for his rights. You never know.
If that were to happen, like we're going streaking.
Deal.
All right, all right, guys. Have a good night. Thanks again, and everyone. Until next time.
Bye now.
Bye now. Good night.